What's up, everybody, and what's going on? 5869, and we've got another replay analysis. This time, we're going to be going over this Enigma Potterhead42, who is going to be probably jungling here. But he is about 1k MMR. It was a Captain's Mode game, but he's going to be playing the Enigma, so we're going to try and help him out with this game. So it looks like itemization is actually perfect here. Just need a couple clarity, Sage's Mask, and then you can just rush out over here on that Soul Ring. As he is going to hang out in lane a bit. Looking like he was just seeing, who's in lane. So maybe he will be laning. It seems just waiting for the other hero to get in the lane. And then he's going to move into the jungle. So I'm going to move to a small camp first. Not the most efficient thing here. You could certainly be doing a large camp at the very beginning. Or at the very least a medium here. Is going to get that camp. Not really microing quite well. So that's the first thing. It's very important as an Enigma player or as any jungler to begin to get your farming a little bit better, right? So what you would want to do in this case is, we'll just rewind it back by about 10 seconds here. So, so right here they all get stomped. If you select them all, you'll be able to see all three of them in your little units bar. You click the one with the most damage, and then you immediately start running him back. Usually he'll live. Because right now they should get unstunned and he could run away. It looks like you tried for it, but unfortunately not going to be able to do so. But either way, so that one goes down, and that's not the biggest deal. But this one dying here is actually pretty important. You really just had to box him, run him back, and then the aggro will switch to this one. And now you've got 4 Eidolons instead of 2, and you're farming more efficiently and a lot faster here. So something to keep in mind. Maybe you just made a mistake there, and you will later on. You're going to get this rune, so that's nice for you. Going to be grabbing this. On this medium camp, I believe you can actually take the full Alpha Wolf. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I haven't played Enigma in a long time. I thought you could take the largest Alpha Wolf in that creep camp, though. And that means you can just do it all the quicker and without as many casualties over there on your Eidolons. But you've got your Soul Ring nonetheless here. If I'm looking at this game, there's a couple things I'm considering right now for my itemization. One, do I need a Blink Dagger? In this case, if you look at your team and see how their farm is going, he's not even going for a Blink Dagger, and the Sand King is so far away that you probably do need a Blink Dagger. Normally I would say it's okay to go for a mechanism or something like that, but you don't really have another initiator. I think unless you make good use of this mechanism and you can grab all 4 or 5 of your heroes and start pressuring a lane and using the mechanism to push towers, that's good. If not, I would say just go for a blink. It seems like it's the greedier choice, but it's really not. That camp's always going to be blocked, which means you should know that there's a ward nearby. Actually, that sentry ward that was placed there is actually blocking it, I'm pretty sure. So you're still going good. You're going all right. Again, not microing the Eidolons at all. You could have a lot more Eidolons here to farm these camps a lot faster. Imagine having another 4 Eidolons on top of those 2 Eidolons there, and you're just farming so much faster here, as looks like you are ready to go. And that's just simply farming faster. There's a lot more that can be done as an Enigma. For example, using Midnight Pulse to chop down these trees, and it's just faster to get between camps. You can pull one, stuff like that. So there is faster ways to farm as Enigma. Maybe watching those could help you out as an Enigma player in general. I think if nobody's bought the Flying Courier yet, you should certainly do so. You are a jungle player, and that's a very important item in my opinion, is a Flying Courier. So doing all right there. You get an invis, and it looks like you're ready to pressure the lane. You're just waiting to use the invis in the black hole, but you can't do so. You almost have the mechanism. I would probably just wait. Nice black hole. You get a double kill. Alright, so that's cool. That works out. You finish your mechanism. The other team's already saying GG. You're doing alright. And looks like you're going for mana boots next. I'm okay with that since you are going mechanism. You will need the mana pool here. As looks like, even though you have Soul Ring, it's just good to have mana boots. I don't think it's a problem whatsoever. Axe is behind this tower. Mechanism keeping you alive there, so that's good. You're getting the mechanism, you're grouping up here, and you're pressuring with it, which is very important. So you're still pushing this tower. You're gonna grab the tower, and there you go. So you've got all of their tier 1s, which is pretty huge. But right now, if you're looking at getting better, there's something easily that I can just pull up here, and I know it's like 1k and it's kind of weird. And all right, so this guy has them now, but you guys had no wards on the map, right? I imagine there might still be 2 in stock. Yeah, you still have 2 in stock as well. But you guys have absolutely no wards, no ward coverage. You don't really seem like you have an idea of what you want to do next, or where you can pressure, because A, you don't see anybody on the map, and B, you have no wards to kind of open up an area. Looks like you're going for a Blink Dagger next. Not the most necessary, especially after the axe has a blink. I think Blink Enigma is pretty legit, but you know, when you have so many initiators like an axe, a Sand King, stuff like that, it's only necessary for like the super wombo combo. It's still alright for you to not get a Blink Dagger here and still be effective. Now, right now, you should be calling out for wards in their jungle. You really want to constrict their jungle. You, as the Enigma, can farm their jungle very efficiently. Take it away from them. Look to pressure bot lane with the Eidolons that you just got through the jungle. And now you're pressuring. You've got your Mechanism, still doing alright. Midnight Pulse going to be thrown down. Mechanism going to be used. It looks like you get a nice black hole there. That was good. That was a nice black hole. And like, you guys are doing alright here. So you've seen that, like, you've already gotten a lot from that not having a blink. Like, you don't have a blink, you still got like a 4-man black hole. Around this level, they'll probably be really easy to get black holes because they'll group up a lot. Not to take anything away from you, but they won't be as aware of, you know, the black holes and stuff. So maybe don't get a Mechanism. Maybe go for a Medallion and call your team out to Roshan, because I find around this level, something that people seem to have the most trouble with is exactly what's happening right now. They're ready to push high ground, or at least they think they're ready, and they're probably going to feed a couple kills here, maybe, unless the other team is just like no idea what they're doing, which it seems like they don't. There it is. You guys have fed 2 now. Looks like the Ancient Mage is going to go down, so it's not that bad. But realistically, you should be grabbing wards, or warding up their jungle, which it looks like you've got a couple wards around the rune spots. You should be calling for wards in their jungle, because you guys are really far ahead. You want to be aggressive. You want to keep their cores down, who are going to be using the jungle. And then from there, without, like, you don't really need the blink. I think I'd be comfortable going Medallion, asking all of your team members to, like, Roshan, get an Aegis, and just extend your lead, right? Like, what can you do to extend your lead here? Map vision, getting an Aegis, and then from there pushing high ground. I would probably take all the outer towers first before going for the high ground, just because, again, it gives you more gold to make that high ground push even easier. The Lich has wasted his ulti, so that's pretty good. Maybe you guys should look again to like be in their jungle, be aggressive. You know they've got a Lich ulti. Looks like now you're going for Roche. It's taking so long because you guys have absolutely no mechanism to speed it up. You don't have a Medallion, and it looks like they might take it, maybe. So there you go. So again, the blink hasn't really done much for you. The Medallion could have given you a Roshan, and I'm not saying don't go blink. What I'm trying to explain here is that you have to kind of critically think a little bit more, right? So if I'm looking at this team, again, I can see that you've got the initiation from the Axe as well as the Sand King. In my opinion, yourself as well as the Silencer, maybe even the Witch Doctor, are more of a counter initiation tool, in which you shouldn't need a Blink Dagger because either they die probably from the Axe and the Sand King as well as a little bit of your damage and the rest of your team. They either die there or they survive that damage. They start chasing you guys down. You've still got a global and a black hole, and you can just counter initiate like that after their counter initiation. So it's like a counter initiation. You probably don't need the Blink Dagger. There's nothing to scare you away. You don't have to be super far behind because like you're afraid of getting caught out by something. So you don't need the blink to really, you know, push yourself into that team fight. So I think if you recognize this in the game, you can say, okay, what should we be doing? We should be taking towers. We should be constricting their jungle. And, you know, Roshan is always a thing. We should be doing Roshan. All right, you know, we've got like essentially 5 supports or, you know, 5 heroes that aren't great at taking Roshan whatsoever. What do we need? A Medallion. Well, that's good at taking a Roshan. A Mechanism. That'll heal us up so we can, you know, tank a little bit more of the damage. You've already got the Mechanism. You just need the Medallion. Why else would a Medallion be good? Well, I can turn it into a Solar Crest. I can put it on the Axe. That way when he blink calls, he doesn't have to be as scared of the Anti-Mage or the Sven or the Huskar or anything like that. He's a little bit tankier. You know, sure, maybe you're not going to be getting as many spins, but really the blink call is more for the short stun, I guess you could say, or the lockdown duration, so that the rest of your team can follow up with their abilities. So keep in mind there. You could have even moved into a Necro Book to push a little bit harder, because realistically around 1k, 2k, even up towards like 3.5, if you don't close out a game against, you know, 3 strong cores like this and 2 really good team fighting heroes, they will turn the game around, and it will be really tough because you guys just kind of feed them back into it, right? And I'm not saying you specifically, but I do mean in general that does happen quite often. So you really have to be pressuring your team and saying, guys, we really need to push this. You kill the Huskar there, which is really really fantastic, but alright, you're pushing the towers here. Again, you're going to get a nice black hole. That time you did use the blink, and it looks like you guys are ready to maybe pressure high ground here. The Sand King is down, but I think that's alright. You could move into the full Greaves here, which wouldn't be all that bad whatsoever. As it looks like see, now the Huskar's got an armlet. Like, they're going to slowly find their items, and when they do, it's going to be super hard for you guys. As, you know, they're easily stopping this. It looks like they end up dying outside their base, which, you know, if they were a little bit better, like, as you get a little bit better, they won't go outside their base. You're going to have to push high ground, and you may die because of it. So you just got to be careful with stuff like that. It looks like you guys are doing alright still. You're getting kills. Black holes off cooldown again. That's how long you guys have been sieging, and it looks like you're going to get that. You're moving to the top lane. Doing alright. BKB, pretty good item here. Important to note that Lich ulti can still mini stun you through BKB, I believe. So if he can throw that out, it is going to cancel it. As well as the anti-mage ultimate. Just to keep in mind, he can throw that through magic immunity and prevent you from using your ult. I think the Lincolns would have been alright here, just because everything they have is single target, especially everything that goes, or that's going to stop your BKB. So like the Sven stun, the Lich ulti, the Fissure, I believe, will pop Lincolns before it stuns you, as well as the AM ulti. Aside from maybe like an Echo Slam or something like that, but the odds that that cancels your Blink Dagger is really, or your BKB is really low. So there you go. You do a good job. You guys end up winning this game. Again, a couple things if we want to go over it. Don't be afraid to buy wards, especially as a jungling support. Lower down in your MMR. I prefer slowing down your major items to and buying like you know, slowing down the mech a little bit. Excuse me. Slowing down the mech a little bit and buying observer wards would have been alright. It just means that like your heroes, like whoever was supporting Witch Doctor, I have no idea who was supporting, maybe the Sand King. Whoever was buying the wards, actually the Witch Doctor did buy them earlier, but whoever is buying the wards can do so more comfortably. They don't have to buy as many wards. They don't end up being as poor. It's not as safe for them to farm, stuff like that. So it's easier for you to get farm in the jungle. They're in lane, not getting as much. So each ward is a lot harder on their overall like net worth, because they're throwing it into wards instead of potentially another item that'll, you know, be a lot more impactful here. So just something to keep in mind there. Maybe buying wards a little bit more often. Recognizing where you should have placed them. You guys were super far ahead. Wards like probably one right here, one here, and maybe one here would really control the entirety of like this area. And when you guys are that ahead, you can really look to gank like that. So just something to keep in mind there. You could have controlled them a little bit better in their jungle. You did group up with the mechanism, so you did that well. You landed some nice black holes. Could have potentially got a medallion into a solar crest. It sounds stupid on an Enigma, but like you have to kind of think of utility items like this when you're looking at closing out a game earlier on. If a Blink Dagger is not going to be super useful or super effective here, like you've got 3 Blink Dagger initiators, you probably don't need to blink. You could probably just follow up by walking in, something like that. But you know, a medallion into a solar crest could have helped the Witch Doctor, could have helped the axe, just all that fun stuff. Just thinking a little bit more critically, and that's what I'm hoping to get through across with these replay analysis. Is it's great that I can watch them, but you as players, you guys should be watching your own replays as well and learning how to think critically in Dota, because it's actually really easy to do. Just take a couple seconds to think to yourself, you know, what the best option is, you know, what your team excels at, what they don't excel at, stuff like that. So thanks again, Potterhead, for sending this in. Hopefully I did help you out. I felt like, you know, I did hit some good points here, and good luck on the climb from about 1k MMR. I'm sure you're going to get better, and it only gets better from here, man, so good luck. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.